Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. Hope everybody's day is starting out the right way, the way that you want it to start out, the way you're making it start out. I was up early doing my exercises, really working hard to see if I can get those last couple degrees and get that leg fully straight. I was at 2 degrees, want to get it to zero. I'm at 130 with bending it, so I'm past what they want. I mean, if I was at 120, they would be happy, and I'm at 130. So that's always been great, but like to be zero, and I was only 2. And after 6 weeks, it gets harder and harder to get range of motion. So I'm just working to get that last couple of degrees, see if I can get it fully straight. As long as you're under 5 degrees, you're doing pretty good. I mean, if you have under 5 degrees and 120, what most of them say after surgery is you're doing well and you can do everything. But the goals really are to be at 0 and 120 at 6 weeks. I was at 2 and 130. So I'm ahead of the game for one, but a little behind for the other. So I'm working hard to see if I can get that last little bit and get the leg straight. And it hurts, but we're doing it. So the title of today's show, Hell's Kitchen, what's that all about? Well, I'm drinking out of Awesome Like My Daughter mug because today is my daughter's first day of work. She's not working in Hell's Kitchen. She's working in Brooklyn, but she moved into an apartment in Hell's Kitchen this last weekend. Now, to be honest, I did not know really anything about Hell's Kitchen. If you would have asked me a couple weeks ago what Hell's Kitchen is, I would have said, oh, Sylvester Stallone was born there, and that's where Daredevil lives. That's about all I knew. I wouldn't even be able to find it on a map. So I wanted to research where my daughter was at a little bit. So now I know where it's at on a map. Hell's Kitchen is in Manhattan. It's just a name of a neighborhood, a part of Manhattan. Goes from like 34th Street up to 59th Street and from 8th Avenue over to the Hudson River. It's that area, very close to Times Square and a lot of the Broadway theaters. And that's why Hell's Kitchen has a lot of actors, actresses living there that are working at the theater and stuff. It's so close to a lot of those theaters. It used to be a fairly rough neighborhood. It's debated, and there's stories about how it got the name Hell's Kitchen from way back when, that area. But it used to be a working and tough type of neighborhood. The 80s, it started changing and becoming more developed and a little bit upscale. So it's a lot nicer now than it was way back when it earned the name Hell's Kitchen. There's 9th Avenue, where just known for all the different places to eat, upscale restaurants to cheaper places, but just a lot of great places to eat. There's clubs and all that. Like I said, it's very close to Times Square, very close to all the Broadway theaters. So it's a much nicer neighborhood now than when it got its name Hell's Kitchen. But I just wanted to research a little bit because that's where my daughter's living. And the place she's living is very nice. She looks out her window and has a nice view of the Hudson River. And she can walk over to Times Square. It's just a few blocks away and a lot of good stuff right there. So pretty cool that she's living there because that was her dream. She's actually working in Brooklyn, so she has a little bit of a commute. Her 2 roommates work in Manhattan, but she works in Brooklyn. But she sent a picture this morning on the commute saying first day of work and on the commute to her job. And she's excited about the job. She only has to go to Brooklyn 3 days a week. Mondays and Fridays, she can work remote. So she'll probably be in Philadelphia, where her boyfriend's at, going back and forth. But she's excited, and we're excited for her. And I just wanted to share what Hell's Kitchen was about because that's something I just learned and thought maybe you'd want to know too if you've heard the name, if you've watched Daredevil, and you didn't really know what Hell's Kitchen was. That's what it is. It's just that little neighborhood, 34th to 59th, 8th to Hudson River. That little part of New York is what they consider Hell's Kitchen. And it's a lot nicer now than when it earned or got that nickname, Hell's Kitchen, when it used to be a little bit rougher and had a lot of, the working class people and sort of rough neighborhoods. What I'm really glad is I got Daredevil there looking out for my daughter's neighborhood. So that's always a good thing, right? Everybody, I'm off to take my wife to an appointment, get back to the PT exercises. Again, I'm working hard to see if I can get those last couple degrees and get this knee totally straight. And it's painful, but we're going to keep trying. Hope everybody makes a terrific Tuesday. You know a little bit more about New York City now than maybe you wanted to know. But I hope it was interesting for you as it was for me. I can't wait to go visit my daughter and see more in person. But until tomorrow, make it a terrific Tuesday. I'll be back with a little bit of warrior wisdom for Wednesday.